Last weekend at the Fukuoka CS, against all the odds, Zonji made it all the way to finals, and if his cojones had been a little bit larger, he'd have actually won. So today I've decided to give a go of Zonji, see if this is just a flash in the pan, or if this is a serious contender. My name's Joe, drink of the day is a cold can of Red Bull. So as this deck is quite rogue, I will be going over the full deck list. If you want to skip straight to the games, go straight ahead. So Zonji is a green-blue leader, 4 life, Straw Hat Crew, Slash and Strike, which Slash does actually matter now because there's a Piranha Searcher that we could use that we don't, that's locked to you being a Slash leader, and also into 1-cost Buggy into Rayleigh. You kind of can't deal with that guy, but we'll come to that. So X1 when attacking, once per turn, you can bounce one of your 2-cost characters to restand a 7,000 power unit. And this is incredible with cards like Cavendish and Smoker that have great value bodies, and you can just get extra aggression. This really does feel like just a different aggressive deck, but there's some really unique stuff you get to do with this deck, which is really cool. And one of the most important cards in this deck is this Mihawk. This is a 3/4/2k on play. If you have 2 less characters, you can play 1 4-cost or less Muggy Kingdom or Slash trait character other than Mihawk from your hand as rested. So as soon as 3, you can play this guy into Cavendish, into Weevil, cards like this. And we'll go over all the targets now. Cavendish is probably the best one. 4/6 Slash. When attacking once per turn, draw 2, trash 1. We're a 4 life leader, we're low on resources, so Cavendish getting you extra cards and cycling out your bricks really does help significantly. Weevil, he's a 4/6 that draws a card on play. It's worse than Cavendish, but it sort of acts as supplemental Cavendish if you don't have him. We've also got this Arlong. He's a 4/6 with the Slash trait. East Blue, which is relevant, and also Fishman, which is also relevant. We'll come to that. On play, ditch 1 card from your hand, and then one of your opponent's rested leaders cannot attack until the end of their next turn. And that's, of course, generically good, but into Green Zoro, this Arlong is game-winning, because their deck so heavily relies on them being able to attack with their leader. If you can do this on like a turn when they don't have much on the board, or on the turn before they're going to go for game with their restand events, well, Arlong just single-handedly wins the game sometimes into that matchup. It's really good, and it's summonable off of the Mihawk, of course, and searchable off of our Searcher. The last target for your Mihawk is Zoro. He's a 4/5 1k with the Slash trait. East Blue and Straw Hat Crew. If your opponent has 2 more characters on the field, this character can attack straight away into characters, which is pretty cool. And then on play, if your leader is Straw Hat, you get to rest a 4. This is obviously nice for dealing with blockers, dealing with annoying cards like 4-cost Koala, for example. And just the fact that it's searchable, playable off Mihawk, it just all kind of works together to make this card worth playing. So I've been talking about Searchers. Let's talk about the Searcher now. We've got Nami. She's a 2/2/1k with on play, look at the top 5, grab an East Blue type card other than herself, bottom the rest. She also has Trigger Play. Doesn't come up a lot, so we've got 4 life. But when it does, it's lovely. And the reason it's really important that this is 2 cost is obviously because you're a lead effect. There is the new green Piranha that we can use in this deck, but the fact that it's 1 cost really does hurt quite a lot. But if you can find the room for this, you could increase your consistency on your stuff very reasonably, because so much of our deck is Slash. So the other key players in the deck, really this Smoker is mega. 5/7 Slash Banish, Punk Hazard Navy, not relevant. Activate main, restand one of your Dons, then for the rest of your turn, you cannot restand a Don. This extra effect, it's not game-changing, but there are turns where this really lets you do, like, interesting lines, where either you get to swing for 1k more twice, or you just get to play down an extra character, which is pretty cute. And to close the game out, of course, we've got 3 Hody. Would kind of like 4, but with the amount of extra draw you get with this deck, I think 3 is fine. You know what he does. He just wins the game against purple decks so much at the time. So we've got Nami as a bounce target, but there are some other bounce targets in this deck. The VV is pretty cool. She's a 3/2/1k, and on play, if your leader is multicolored and you have 5 or less cards in your hand, she draws 2. We do sometimes get in the position where we have to defend our characters very early. So playing out this VV to draw some cards is cool. And then, of course, you can bounce her with your leader effect. And here's the real spice of 3 copies of Vanderdecken. This is a Fishman. 2/2/1k. On play, you can trash a Fishman type card from your hand, and then you get to KO any of your opponent's rested characters. This can completely change the game, and the fact that this costs 2 and can ditch bricks like Arlong and Hody. Man, it's so good. It's such a good card. And you can bounce this to both get the card back in your hand, so it's a 1k again, because you don't want this shit on your board. It's really weak. But you can also reuse it. You can use it twice in one turn, which comes up in one of these games. Man, it was such a good play. I was really pleased with that one. Last cards in the deck, we'll go over the 2Ks. We've got 4 Tashigi because it's a protection effect. We've got 4 of the new Shimotsuki Kazabado because it's an East Blue searchable 2K with a reasonable effect. And we've got 4 of the Hapchan. This card really sucks. You can't even use the trigger. But it's East Blue and it's Fish Man. So it works with your Nami, works with your Decan. And it's a full body, I guess, if you're really struggling. But yeah, you don't want to play this guy, but he's there. He's fine. And the last card is this Koshiro. It's a 2/1/1k blocker. East Blue. If one of your cost 5 or lower / trait characters would be KO'd by one of your opponent's effects, you can instead rest this guy. It's nice to have a chump blocker with a protection effect on him as well for the rest of your deck. Pretty much. I mean, you see how much of this stuff is slash. Into cards like Godthread, this is especially important. And into removal decks like Black. And obviously the fact that he's East Blue, so you can grab him off Nami. Really. So at the end, I will discuss my thoughts on this deck in the meta. And I'm also going to have an OP11 ready list that you can try. So make sure you watch to the end of the video if you want to see that. But either way, thank you for listening to me talk about the deck. Here's some games. Got a game to Zoro. He just messed up his second turn. He passed by accident. So we're hitting him with the rematch. He chose first, so I'm going to give him first again. Our hand this time is unfortunately quite a bit worse. We don't have the Mihawk, which is really what I'm looking for. But I think we'll mulligan that. Okay, this hand's still good, right? We've got Koshiro into Mihawk Zoro. It's not quite as good as the last hand I had. The last hand I had was a lot better. But it is what it is. I'd rather have a good game with him, not just skipping a turn. He's going with the Perona. He's going with the Perona. See what he grabs off that. I'm sure he's looking for things like Kuina, things like Tashigi. Last time he grabbed a Cavendish. And he grabs Cavendish again. Very nice. Okie dokie. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to go with Koshiro, which is the exact same thing I did last game. What a surprise. Yeah, we'll play this out. Last game, instead of this Zoro, I had a Cavendish, which is so much better off the Mihawk. So much better. But, alas, you never know. We might get him off the top. That'd be nice. Nice little treat. And he's successfully navigated and not passed his 3-don turn. Seems good, seems good. Goes with this. Sure, he's going to take out our Koshiro. That's pretty reasonable, you know? It cost him a 2k, though. Sure. I'm not defending that. Not interested in defending that. 5 here, yeah, I'll take. I was hoping for Cavendish. I was really hoping for Cavendish. Ah, there he is! My boy! So we're going to get to swing 6 here just by doing a little bit of a cheat. Yeah, we'll go... We can just kind of leave this guy tapped as well, actually. I don't really care. We've got, like... He's going to swing 8. We've got 2k, 1k that I can give. So we can just leave him tapped to have this guy on the board. Yeah, this is reasonable. We'll go 6 here. No effect, of course. Then yeah, we'll go Mihawk into Cavendish. You never know, he might just drop that 5-cost Cavendish. That would be beautiful, because then we can just give the 2k. And the Chi is not that great into Zoro, because they don't really play removal effects. This is one, but it's not a great one. You know. Deploy this, end the turn. And we really do need this to survive. If he just slams 10, honestly, that'd be a really good play. That's why I wanted the Koshiro down, right? To stop him doing that exact thing where he just slams 10. But he told us off and said, no, I'm going to get rid of your Koshiro with my Kazabado. But, yeah, here's hoping he plays out the Cavendish. Here's hoping. Just go 7. He's so good. Be so good. 10-10 is really good. That's why I wanted the blocker, but he just had the answer on 3. Which is tough. It's tough. Okay, he's got a Koshiro. So I guess he's just going 8-8. I mean, that's fine. At least he's not developing. This honestly kind of works out the best for us, potentially. Yeah, we'll 2k, 1k out of this. I'll give the Deccan. Yeah, give the Deccan. He's going to 7 next turn. He's going to attack lead and we'll take. Presumably. Yeah. Cool. Cool. So, I really do like Arlong this turn. I really do like Arlong. Because he's not developed anything. This Arlong is super punishing. So what we can do is put 1 on a Mihawk, swing 5. Swing with the Cavendish, pick up the Mihawk, play out the Mihawk again, play out the Arlong. And we're kind of cooking. Yes, let's go 5 with this. And we can even go 7, 6, 7, which is really nice pressure, you know. We're going to be getting quite a lot of value here. So we can go 7 with Cav. Probably don't need the second Cavendish. Yeah, this is all coming together nicely. This Cavendish's draw effect is really strong. We're going to go 6 here. Pick up this, restand this. Takes again. Don't you rest my Cavendish. 7 again. Blocks. Now we'll deploy this and deploy this rested, and he's not going to be thrilled by that one. We'll toss the smoker, and his leader can't attack. So now he just can't deal with our board because this leader is so reliant on attacking. It's the thing, right? It's the thing he does. And Arlong says, no, let's not do that. So good in this matchup. So good. Especially when you play it for 3 off a guy that you can then bounce, right? It's such a good play. This Cavendish just helps so much as well. You do run out of cards because we're a full life leader, right? We're a full life leader. So you need to draw cards here and there. That's why you got this. That's why you got the VV. There's not many others. You got the Nami Searcher. She's pretty reasonable. But yeah, this Arlong, getting that on that turn, especially where he didn't drop the Cavendish last turn. Yeah, that one was just so clutch. So you can do like 6 here with one of these weenies, but literally who cares, right? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? We do have to be somewhat careful. He could go for game next turn. It is possible. But we can go for game this turn, right? We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. He's only got 2 life. If he plays a blocker, we've got this Zoro, which is pretty nice. And we do have 6k counter. So it's going to be hardish for him to deal with it. And we're going to get to draw 2 trash on with the Cavendish. So we should be safe. We should be safe. But it's always best to be cautious. 5. I'll counter a 5. I don't really want to take that. And then he's got 1 for an event. Sure. That's unnecessary. So what are we likely to do here? 4 for... We don't even need the Zoro at this point. We could just drop this guy. It's not bad. We could just drop this guy. Or we can go, like, really aggressive. There's no way he's attacking with these. He's going to 9 next turn, so he's not even at 10. Let's just start with 5 from this, because I'm almost certainly picking this guy up anyway. So yeah, just getting the little 5 value I think is good here. Gives Cavendish. Seems reasonable. Let's go 7, do the draw 2 trash 1. If I'm going to play out 1, honestly, it's probably the Weevil. So let's ditch the extra Cavendish. Yeah, I might play the Weevil. We'll see. We'll see what he goes for. We know he does have 1 Don, which can be 2k counter restand this. Who cares? Can also be 3k counter. So we've got to be a little careful. It's going to take that. Looks like he's got a trigger. I'm guessing that's a restand leader effect trigger. You know? That's what I think that was. Now we can just go another 7. This sort of forces some kind of interaction from him. He's got to do something about this. Because if he takes, we are threatening, what, like 9 8s? He doesn't, though. He doesn't do it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9k. The chance of us dying is pretty low, right? Gives 2k. So if we go... 11's really good, right? Yeah, we've got to just go for it. Let's get 1,000,000 cards out of his hand at the very least. We've got so much counter. Even if he survives, he's not in a good spot. I'm very surprised he didn't counter that 7. Unless he literally couldn't, which is always possible. But he chose to keep one Don open. Yeah, there's the waterfall. Okay, so it was the bad one. Goes to 9. Goes to 10. Goes to 11. We won exactly. We definitely should have counted that 7 then. That was a poor mistake, not countering that 7. That was a poor choice. And I'm guessing this was the trigger he had. Which, again, he also could have done that and he would have lived. Regardless, I don't think he was ever getting us there. On the clapback. Especially not with 2k counter. And this is also a trigger in life. Yeah, that was a pretty good showcase though, right? Shows off how important that Arlong is. Coming down on like a key turn. Just to turn off their deck. Is crazy. Got game into blue-purple Luffy. I'm going to take first. And we're really looking for Mihawk. I don't like that hand at all. No Mihawk. No Mihawk. But at least we've got the Koshiro we can drop. Or Tashigi on 3. We're going to pass over on 1. I'm sure he's about to pass straight back on 2. I think I will go with the Koshiro because it lets us swing 6. And swinging 6 is obviously very important into blue-purple Luffy. So he does take. We'll go with that. Pass it over. This is nice because it stops mainly Godthread. Yeah, he's going to do 7. We'll be taking that one. No blocker resolve. No trigger. And then he's got the Zorojuro, sure. The Mihawk's pretty good here. The Mihawk's pretty good here. So let's go for... We don't have a lot of other 2Ks though. His protection effects. I mean, we can play out the Mihawk and bounce immediately. It's okay, I guess. Yeah, we are risking triggers there though. I think I'm just gonna go 6. I think I'm just gonna go 6 and then play out the no effect. Then I'll just play out the Cavendish. Yeah, it's fine. He took the last 6 anyway, so maybe he doesn't have a 1k still. We should be so lucky. Now, he can't really remove this because obviously if he Godthreads, we can just rest Koshiro. Which is nice. If he wants to Red Rocket, I wouldn't love that. That would be rough. Or if he has Raging Tiger, but it doesn't look like he has Raging Tiger. We'll go no blocker 1k on this one. I don't want to take on unnecessary damage. It's got 6. This is looking like Godthread. Bonk, okay, he's got the does got the double ramp, which is nice. 3 Don active. How big is his leader going to swing? Is there anything else to play? I don't think so, right? I don't think there's anything else he'd want to drop right now. 7, yeah, we'll take the 1. That's fine. That is fine. So we've got good, decent pressure here. We can drop the Weevil and go from there. Probably dropping. Yeah, we can drop Nami. Stand this. Yeah, we can only swing 6. We'll ditch. Honestly, don't want to ditch any of these. It's probably the Vivi. Yeah, I think the Vivi's bad here. He's got 2 open for Bargwa. I don't really care. If he's going to get us, it's not going to be Bargwa that gets us. We do kind of need to drop to Shigi, but have no aggression if we do that. But if he has Big Mum, we just die to that regardless. So maybe we do have to drop the Shigi. It's a real shame that this Mihawk doesn't fire. Real shame. Is keeping one guy alive enough? Maybe. Maybe. Let's go with Nami. Get the search. So that we've got something to bounce, right? Arlong's okay. Zoro's tempting here. We could try and get rid of this. hate that. That's quite nice. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to just forgo it. Now we've got like a guy who we can hopefully save. It's not so bad. We do need to keep applying pressure though. We'll pick up this, restand this. It's got another take, and then one more 6. Must have the counter for this one, right? Yeah, we get a gear though. That's nice. He's got his leader effect. We're hoping to not see Lin, but it is what it is. If he heals us, it's not the end of the world, right? Gets a Nami off the top. Does he top or does he bottom? This is big, because obviously the Sanji is... That's the card that will be bottoms. Okay, no Sanji. So if he's Lin, he can remove our Cavendish. Can't remove anything else, which is great. 6 to Cavendish or 6 to Zoro? 6 to one of them. Looks like. He can obviously ramp with this still, which is a consideration. Pudding. Okay. That's an interesting line. I don't like it, because if we just get pudding into Hody there, we just win. 6 to 6, absolutely not. No blocker. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of counter. We can give up. Oh, the Nami's our only good bounce target. I think we have to give up the 2k because the Nami is the only bounce target. This doesn't swing because he needs his wand on. Yeah. Smokey's great. Smokey's great. Let's go 7 because if this draws Hody, it's like Giga Nut. It didn't draw Hody. We'll go to one of the Arlongs. We don't need all those. We don't need all that. So we're going to slow the game down a bit. Then now we're going to go with Smokey. We can do 1 Don on Zoro, 1 Don on Leader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Smokey. He resounds once. We do still get to play the Nami as well, which is really good. So we'll go 6 for Zoro. Give us a 2k on that last 7k, by the way. In case you missed it. Yeah, the pudding Nami play was weird. I mean, our hand was enormous, right? Our hand was enormous. But, yeah, I'm still not sure it was the right move. But it's interesting. We didn't get the Hody anyway, so never punished, I guess, right? Gives a 1k there. We're going to do the bounce next. We've got to play out everything before we do the bounce. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. So we'll do this. Set 1 Don as active. 2 for this. Do a search. Can't grab itself, so we'll just grab Kazabalo. Attack for 6. Pick up Nami. Restand Cavendish. We can do 1 more 7. So you get so much pressure, though, right? You get so much pressure. He did put cards on the top, though, which makes me fear he's setting up for a Sanji play. But he did take. Goes down to 0. We just need to see a Hody. Where's the Hody? I know I had one in my hand before he puddinged us, right? Draws a 2k. Nice. Draws a 2k. Places on top. Sanji, Big Mum. Sanji, Nami, okay. Just more blockers, right? He's just cycling cards. But he gets no pressure. It really doesn't seem that good. Man, I wish we had Hody. 6 to 5. Yeah, you should have gone 6 to 5 last turn as well, I think. He just leaves. I'm telling you how to go, man. Oh, let's see if we can work it out, right? We don't win this turn. But we're getting great pressure. We've got another smoker on top. We can afford to drop another one as well. So we could do like 7 with smoker. He gives us a 2k. Play out the Nami, do another dig. Get something else. Do pick up the Nami, swing 6. He can give us a 1k. We got another smoker we can drop. We can restand a Don. We're in a very good position to win that game. I think we were going to win. But you never know, and he shouldn't have given up. He definitely shouldn't have given up, because we still didn't have Hody. Still didn't have it. But either way, well played to our opponent. Let's move on. Got a game into Purple-Black Luffy. He's chosen first. Don't hate just dropping Cavendish on 4. And just Smoker on 6. We've got nothing for 2, though, to bounce. I think I'm looking for at least a 2 cost. Okay, this is, I mean, that's like the same hand, except I've got Nami. I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. We'll go with the Nami. East blue type cards. It's only Zoro. That's fine, though. I'll push Hody to the top. You always want Hody on the top. He's such a good guy. Then we'll presumably see some... Okay, no ramp. Wow, we're fortunate today. And that's not quite what I wanted to draw, but it's fine. We'll just go 5 and then play out the Cavendish. No ramp, though. That's crazy. This deck always ramps. We're going to get some nice value with this guy, right? Get some draw 2 trash 1s. Pick up the Nami. We're going to be gaming. We are going to be gaming. He goes with Frankie. Could see it. Okay, we're going to see a 6. I'll definitely counter the 6. I don't want to go too low. We'll give up the Toshigi here. Next time we can go with old Smokey, which is pretty nice. We can go with this. Set 1 on active. So we can go 7, 6, 7. Really good swings. Start with the 7. Ditch. The Cavendish. Ditch the Cavendish. 6. Pick up this. Restand this. So next turn he's got a choice. He can do beer. Or he can do like a removal effect with something like its 5-cost Sanji. Or he can develop a roam blocker. He's got a choice. He does go with the beer. I think that's the sensible choice. He's going to swing 8 into 6. Yeah, we're going to defend that one. We're going to defend that one. We'll go 2-1 with these two. It's always this. Do you want to give up the Nami or the V? Maybe the VV. The VV is probably not that useful, actually. This seems good this turn. Could go with another smoker as well. So we got just like hella Banish. And just big stat line dudes. Yeah, I think Koshiro is a must play. If we want to... We can't do everything, though. Let's start with 7 Banish from Smoker. Start with that. It's going to give us a 1k. Let's go 7 with Cavendish. Draw 2, trash 1. That's not bad. I don't hate that. I think the... We could, like, play this. We want 2 on lead. 1, 2, 3. We don't have a great play here, do we? Could just swing bigger. Go with, like, Nami, Koshiro. Yeah, Nami plus Koshiro seems reasonable. So I'll ditch the second smoker. So we can pick up the Nami. That's a really good target. And, yeah, we can develop a blocker. Seems good, right? Go with the Nami. We'll pick up a Hachan here. Or another Koshiro. How many 2Ks have we got? We've got 2 2Ks. Let's take another Koshiro. He's a nice guy. I like him. So we're going to do 2 for that. Can restand 1 with this. Yeah. This is 7, 9. It's quite good pressure, actually. Really is quite good pressure. Pick up this, restand this. In fact, we could go with another Nami. It would develop double Koshiros. I like that. I like getting dudes down. It's going to block. That means no 1Ks. No 1Ks, and he didn't want a giant. Let's just get the blocker gang down, right? Let's just get the blockers down. Now he's got things he can do. Okay, he can do that rest on kosher. I don't love that one. Don't love that at all. Gonna go 7 into 5. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of pressure. I think we take the no blocker or resolve on that one. No trigger, obviously, because we can't use it. 7 into 5. This is scary. This is a little scary, but we can go for game next turn. It's not that unreasonable. Especially if we get Hody. What does this do? That actually stops the law removing our blocker. That's actually very good. 8 will... 2k, 2k out of this one. Seems reasonable. Seems reasonable. Now, I've got double blockers. We can remove one of these with the Vanderdecken, ditching the Arlong, or the other Vanderdecken. We can also go for game. This is going to be the one that restands, so let's just go 7 Banish to start. Because he has to counter this. Looks like he's using Gum Gum Giant. Oh, it's Hell's Judgment. Okay, that's pretty good into us, actually. I wasn't expecting that one. Wasn't expecting that at all. This is now at 3. Ugh. This is at 4. Yuck. That's quite good, actually. That's quite smart. Right, well, in that case, we definitely need to remove this beer. This beer's got to go. Here's no Dons open now, though. Let's ditch the other Vanderdecken. Pop this. I'm still going to swing with this because I want the cycle, right? I guess we just swing into the law. We can put a couple Dons here, restand this, and go from there. Yeah, let's attack the law. Those are nice. Don't think we want Weevil. If we go 9, restand this. This is at 4. We can still swing 7. We do 8. In fact, is there anything we want to do, really? Not really. We could pick up the Vanderdecken and play it again to bop the Sanji. That's quite cute. That's quite cute. That's pretty cute, actually. I'm going to reroll that one. Let's restand 1 Don. 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's this? 9 Banish? It's like semi-likely to go through. Never mind. Now I'll deploy the Vanderdecken again. Ditch the... and he just leaves. Bro couldn't handle the Vanderdecken. He was throwing a 3rd giant. Wow. Hey, we overcome the Hell's Judgment, man. I thought that was actually a pretty sick tech for our deck, I can't lie. But the Vanderdecken just took out his entire board. That Arlong trigger resting that law was pretty underrated as well. That was a cool game. That was a cool game. I mean, it shows why he should have definitely swung with the law first, right? Attack the Koshiro. I might have even defended him. But obviously, he should have swung with it first. Play around triggers. You've always got to do it. That was a pretty good one, actually. I enjoyed that game. Got a game into Rayleigh. I'm going to try first. No. Okay, we'll see how this goes. We've got the Nami. We can drop Cavendish on 4. Sorry, on 5. We can start getting some value there, potentially. I might just go with the Vivi. He's got a lot of buggies. Don't love that. Yeah, I think I'll just go with the Vivi, draw some cards. And then we'll go with 5. That would have been nice. That Mihawk would have been lovely. Sure. I mean, I guess we attacked out of sequence, but I don't think I would have used that trigger anyway, necessarily. Yeah, he's got the mole gun, and that reveals armament Haki. Sure. 5 and 5, we'll give him a 1. We can just give a 2 count the next one. Yeah, that's a nice trigger. What do we want? East Blue. This is okay. This can be KO'd, yeah. It's only battling. Let's take the 2k. Let's give that one. So we're on 5 here. I think what I want to do is Mihawk into Cavendish. Annoyingly, our leader can't take out these buggies, which really is not great. But what can you do, right? What can you do? In which case, we should probably go 4 with Nami. Because this can only swing lead. Because it's slash, right? Slightly not epic. But what can you do? Do you got another trigger? Another trigger? They didn't play that many triggers, right? It was like Mulgun. Pro playing in 2 years. Okay. It's a search an army. Sure. Let's go with this. We'll deploy Cavendish. End the turn. Do need to defend our Cavendish, but our Cavendish is going to really help with the value, right? Just getting us more cards. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's when he starts to get a little crazy with the effects, though, right? His aggression is going to start to get very, very good in the next couple turns here. So we're going to need to potentially find a turn where we can go for game with Hody, which is easier said than done, but it's possible. We know he's an army. We know he has like 3 different events. He's got a mole gun. He's got a what's the other one? The armament haki, and he's got the unblockable. Yep, shows us the unblockable and the armament haki. Indeed, I can see those. Buffed up boa seems reasonable. 5 lead. Surely not 5 Nami. 3 Nami. Yeah, you can have. I'm not protecting Nami. It's fine. This buggy is sort of unkillable. It's just a little bit of a shame. We'll give this. We've got like a 3k counter. We can try and save our Cavendish, hopefully. Go lead. Go lead. Please go lead. Don't go here. Yeah, okay. We'll take this one. That's a nice trigger. That is a nice trigger. We'll grab Koshiro. I think he's going to be good here. He can Mulgun. There's likely to be 4 for Luffy. Another guy. He can do this here. Ugh, he's got a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to just take the 2k. I should have took the other 2k, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is probably 4 for Luffy, right? Okay, does go with the Mulgun. That's a very large swing. We'll be taking that. Yeah, that's not ideal, but it is what it is, right? There's not a lot we can do about it. So what I think I want to do is attack with the Mihawk, pick it up, play it out again to cheat out the Weevil. We can Vanderdecken to pop this. I don't really want to. So we're going to do that. That's 3 for Mihawk. 1 Don on lead. 1 Don probably at least on Mihawk. So we've got 2 more. That does work the math for Vanderdecken. I really don't want to. I'm going to go 3 to Buggy. Okay. Now we'll go... Excuse me. 3 for Mihawk, 2 on these. So we can go 5, 7. Another 3 here. It's like, whatever. Honestly. Should probably just gone 4 into Buggy. Thinking about it. We could go 6 to Luffy. That's probably best, right? Yeah, we'll go 6 to Luffy. Just continue to try and get cards out of him. Attack this. Bounce this. Restand this. Attack for 3. Does he have another card to defend this? Has a Jinbei, okay. Well, he's got the defense up now. Do we want to do anything differently? I don't think so. It's just Mihawk into Weevil here. Could go Mihawk into Arlong, freeze lead. That could be good. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go Mihawk into Arlong. Use the card action. Trash Weevil, freeze lead. And the turn. Now we got what? 2, 4, 5, 6k counter. With only 2 swings, he might be able to get there, but... This is at 5, this is at 6, and he puts 2 Dons on. It's not going to be easy for him to get there. That's pretty good, though. That one doesn't matter. We can confirm those, though. He did give us the armament haki that we knew about, but he does have the second King Kong Gatling. Which is scary. We don't have a character with 7,000 power or more, though, so this is only a 3k buff, which is actually quite nice. So this guy's at 5. This guy is at 5. And this is also a brick. This is now at 7. This is at 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we can't counter 13, so we have to counteract this. We'll give the Hatchan and the Vanderdecken? VV. Yeah, we'll give the VV. Another buggy. Okay, another unblockable. That's a 2k though. The fact that all these guys are 2ks, man, it's so good. So scary. Another boa. Okay, so we now know his entire hand. He has 3 unblockables and a King Kong Gatling. That's so scuffed. That is so scuffed. 9 to 5. Well, we can't counter that anyway, so let's take. Now he has 3 2Ks and a brick. If we go for game, what are our swings? We can do 7-7 with the Arlong. That gets 2 cards, 1 damage. We can go with Hody, or we can just swing big with these 2 as well. It's not going to happen though, is it? It's just not going to happen. But we can't survive because he has 3 unblockables. I believe this is what's referred to as a rock and a hard place. I believe that's what this is referred to as. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It's not good. Do 5 with Mihawk, 5 with Nami, and we've only got 3 swings. No way. I don't think there's a way for us to get here, unfortunately. Just because we know he has so many unblockables. Otherwise, we could try and clear board and Koshiro. But we know it's not going to happen. Is going with Hody better than not going with Hody? Like, no. It just sucks all round. It really just sucks all round. Don't see a wink on here. No. Unless, like, all these cards are bricks. If these cards are bricks, there's a chance. Not a good chance, but a chance. Looks like he is toying with the idea of countering this one. And we know 4 of the cards, right? We know it's 3 unblockables and a King Kong Gatling. He does take that one. He can just take this one. It's so bad. He's so bad because he has 3 2Ks. We know it. Oh, man. Yeah, it's just over, right? Yeah, it's just over. It's a math win for him regardless. There's nothing we can do. You know, there's just no win con. Because at most we can go is 10, and we know he has 3 2Ks. Is he even going to counter that one? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Well played to our opponent. There was no winning there. We're going first. Smoker's nice. I like to have something to do early on. Tashiki's fine. Tashigi is fine. I'd like to see either a Mihawk or a Vivi, or even a Nami, though. Well, we got the Mihawk. That's a pretty good hand, right? We can go Mihawk into Weevil on the first turn. We will have to take a life. But, which does actually kind of suck, but it's probably worth it on balance. Probably worth it. We'll go 5 here. See if he wants to counter out early. It does. Give us a Karasu. One thing we've got to be quite careful of is Hack. Hack is really, really good into us. So not a lot I can do about it, though. We'll deploy this. He can force us to take a life. We'll pass it over. Yeah, hoping for no Hack on 4. Hoping for no Hack. This is just like Morley. Ooh, we're living. We have to defend this, don't we? That's bad, though. At least we're going to get to draw some cards with this. We'll play out the Weevil, draw another card. Yeah, I don't love this. I want to keep the Nami, I think, here. That's not a good play. That's not a good turn. That is not a good turn. So what we can do here is We can reuse the Mihawk, but it forces us to take another life, which I don't love. I really don't love it. We get another K out of him. Next turn, he's probably just Kumering. I think we need to be aggressive, right? We're not going to beat Koala in the long game. No, we're not going to beat Koala in the long game, so let's be nice and aggressive. We'll go 6 for this. Draw 2, trash 1. And probably just get rid of the Nami. The VV could be pretty reasonable to refill our hand a little bit on the next turn. Looks like he's got a trigger. Hopefully nothing that's going to kill our dudes. We'd love to see it. We'll do 6, pick up this, restand this. Could just go with the VV, but I really do like spamming the board. So let's go with one more 6. Unfortunately, this when attacking doesn't proc again. Man, it'd be so good if it did. And we've got him down to 2. He took... he gave us a couple cards there as well, which is not bad. Then we'll go with this. Deploy this. You can force us to take one, that's fine. We'll end the turn. I mean, we've got some really good aggression next turn, right? We've got another draw effect here. And it is just Kuma. So he's only able to swing for 5 at lead. We'll probably just give the Hatchan, I think, here. We're going to 8. Sorry, we're going to 7. What am I talking about? 8. Trashed a Waxing Fist. We'll give, yeah, do we want to VV next turn? It's pretty good, right? Just drawing a bunch of cards. I'm going to trash a Hatchan. Zoro's pretty cool. Doesn't do a lot right now, but he can... Yeah, he has... Actually, no, I'm lying. He doesn't do anything in this matchup, does he? Yeah, no, he doesn't do what? What am I talking about? Let's draw some cards. Another Smoker and an Arlon. Well, the Smoker and another Arlon. Let's go 5 here. Then we go 7, 7, 6, 7. Seems reasonable. I mean, we might as well restand this one. So let's just do the 6 first. Get the draw 2 trash 1 knowledge. I don't think we're going to want 2 Arlongs at this point. So we'll just ditch one of those. Now we can go 7. And then... Excuse me. 7 with Weevil. Seven here. Pick up Mihawk. Restand Weevil. And we can go 7 again. So he's got to counter one of these 7s. So he's going to be fairly low on cards, you know. It's not bad. 0 costs away a Big Mum. Sure. Here's another 7. Is he going to... He's going to go to 0. Lovely. You love to see it. And this Kuma's buff fades off. So unless he has Dragon into... Well, it'd be like Morley, which is not great. He's not going to get to draw with his leader effect either. I think we're in a really strong position next turn, especially with Hody, right? Especially with Hody. We should just win from here. I'm liking our odds. We've got a lot of counter as well. And, like, he's not dealt any damage to us, mind. We took both those lines with his leader effect. Just by spamming the Mihawk. Yeah, and he just leaves. I don't blame him. The best thing he could do there is Kuma. And try and take out board. But it's not going to happen. He goes back to 1. It would have been a 0 cost, amusingly. 0 cost into... a searcher event. No, I don't think that's ever enough. He's only going to have, like, 4k in hand. In these 2. And then maybe 6 with whatever comes off the event. And yeah, we've got, like, Hody, a bunch of 7s. Probably 7 with this. Yeah, I think we had that one wrapped up. But the 0 cost could have come into play there. Well played to our opponent. Let's move on. So, thank you for watching the video, and as promised, here is the OP11 version of the deck. So, I've really just swapped out the cards that are not legal. Obviously, you can't play Shimotsuki Kazaburo. However, you can play Rika. She's an East Blue searchable 2k. The effect is not great, but it could come up here and there, but this is 2 cost. You can also play Kaya, but the fact that you can't bounce Kaya with your leader's effect is a little bit of a downside. So, I do think the Rika is probably slightly better. Just because you can play her out and then pick her up later. And in replacement for the Koshiro, we've got Pearl. This is truly just an East Blue chump blocker. Nowhere near as good as Koshiro. And this is one of the biggest sort of downgrades that we have in this deck just yet. But still perfectly reasonable. And especially if you're not playing into KO heavy decks, the Koshiro wouldn't have come up that much anyway. But what do we think about this deck? Well, I think this deck's actually pretty reasonable. The sort of Fishman and East Blue engine really comes together really nicely with this Cavendish. This Cavendish is like so important to get on the board early, and I am seriously interested in trying to find room for some Perona searches just to increase our consistency of being able to do like Mihawk into Cavendish as soon as possible. But it's not easy because like we can cut our 2Ks potentially down 1 or 2. Maybe we can cut 1 Smoker, and maybe you can cut like 1 of the blockers, the Koshiro. But it is going to affect the power level of the deck a little bit, so might not be worth it, not sure. You let me know what you think. Either way, this deck feels pretty reasonable into a lot of the decks. Some of the other aggro decks can be a little tough. I mean, I'm sure you saw the Rayleigh game. It felt pretty unwinnable. Like, certainly the end game was literally just a loss, but it just felt like a very tough matchup, so I'm not sure where I was going wrong in that one. We'll see. Blue Purple Luffy feels perfectly winnable. I've lost that matchup, of course, but I've also won it more than I've lost so far. Feels reasonable. If you can get your curve down and they don't get, like, all the removal in the world, it's not too bad. Green Zoro feels very decent when you can get this Arlong. I mean, you saw it, right? The Arlong just won the game. Him coming down on a particular turn after you have, like, a bunch of aggression is so good. Man, this card is crazy. If you don't have 4 copies of this, I'd potentially just pick them up. It's really good into Zoro, and you could consider playing this in a lot of different green decks. Either way, that's enough for now. Hope you enjoyed the video on Zonji. This deck's a lot of fun. Definitely give him a go. And thank you for watching, and hope you have a lovely rest of your day.